All right, here we go. You ready? We've already basically 4 minutes.
That's just it was just 4 minutes of basically voice impressions and sticking things in our nose and hair. Yeah, stuff adults do.
Yeah. Can you imagine if I just kept this on my head the entire episode, just like see if anybody actually notices?
Again, stuff adults do.
All right. Focus. You ready? Here we go. In 5.
I'm not making focus. All right, let's
I don't know either. Hey, what's up, everybody, and welcome to another edition of On a Couch Talking Sports. As always, I'm Robbie. This is Kyle. Kyle, another happy hump day to you. Yeah. How are you doing today?
I'm doing great. I'm doing really great. I feel like I lost a lot of calories this week. Because I don't know if I told you guys, but my new job I work at, I walk every day. So that means I've lost a lot of calories, which is it's a good thing. It's a good thing. I eat a lot of sweets, so... Okay, I don't know why I'm talking about that.
Yeah, that was a great, just great intro right there. I mean, hey, hey guys, let me just tell you about my everyday eating habits. No big deal. Let me just tell you about my exercise. And this is why I started doing this.
Well, it's sports related. So
yeah, exactly.
Yeah,
See, we find connections anywhere we can, folks. We're drinking in straws here. That didn't make any sense. Drinking in straws is not a saying.
Yeah.
All right, we're going off the rails here early tonight. Anyway, so for tonight's episode, it is getting to be the middle to end of August. Mm-hmm. Labor Day is actually less than 2 weeks away. Wow. And with Labor Day weekend comes the official start of one of the best
Apple Donuts.
Okay.
Oh.
Comes the official start, besides that, football season. Because college football starts Labor Day weekend, and you got the pros in high school starting the week after. So what we wanted to do was we wanted to take a look at a few of the local teams that we really follow and take a look at their schedules for the 2018 fall season. So what we've done is... we went and found the schedules for the Wellesley High football program, our alma mater, the Boston College football season, which again is a big follow around here, big time D1, the big time D1 program of the area. And then, of course, you can't do a schedule or a football episode without talking about the New England Patriots. I have their schedule as well. And so, per Kyle's request, we're going to start with the Wellesley High football schedule, and so we'll work our way up college and then pro. So for Wellesley High, they have a very interesting schedule this year.
Okay.
It's definitely not a schedule, like the schedule these days that you see for Wellesley is much, much different than the schedule you saw back when we were in high school. First of all, they only play 7 games in the regular season and then have
that's it. Wow.
playoffs.
Okay.
Under the new playoff format. Second of all, they play a lot more like non-league opponents. So, Wellesley will be starting off their season on Saturday, September 8th, with a 1 o'clock game at home against East Bridgewater High School, which is kind of interesting. East Bridgewater, I feel like a couple divisions lower, but they've had a lot of success in the past couple of years. I think they've been to a few Super Bowls and done pretty well for themselves. Nice. So it could be a good program, huh? Yeah, it could be a good early season matchup for Wellesley as they open up their season. Like I said, at home this year, which is really nice with East Bridgewater. Following that up, the following Saturday afternoon, Wellesley will pay a visit to good old Walpole.
The bad guys.
Yeah, at 3 o'clock kickoff, Saturday, September 15th at Walpole High. Wellesley had a 2-game winning streak against Walpole Snap last year with a loss at home to the Rebels, so be looking to get a little bit of revenge for that this year. So after that, Wellesley will return home on Saturday, September 22nd, to take on Durfee High School out of Fall River. Durfee High School, interestingly enough, side note, the home school, or the alma mater, I should say, a former NBA player, Chris Herron, played at Durfee High School and went on to play at BC, and the Celtics and had some addiction issues and has sort of fought through that and is now a motivational speaker, sort of making the rounds, telling his story, which is pretty cool.
Yeah.
That's
awesome.
Yeah. Week 4, the Raiders will pay a visit to Newton North High School on Friday, September 28th, 6:30 p.m. kickoff. So a little under the lights action against Newton North. Newton North always has had this sort of a sneaky good football program. I know back in our day they had some talented teams back when we were in high school.
They were tough.
Yeah,
I agree. No, they were the team to beat, for a while. So
did you guys I forget. Did we? I know freshman year. I think we. I don't know if we beat Newton North. I don't know. Did we beat Newton North during our high school time in high school? I forget how we did against them. No, freshman year we lost to them. I remember. We weren't obviously playing freshman year.
We did.
Freshman year we lost to them. I think sophomore year.
I thought we might have beat them sophomore year. I think.
Did we?
I thought we did, or I don't know.
I know senior year we lost them because that was the game at BC.
Oh yeah, that's right. That's right. That was a fun time though because the BC.
But I don't know about sophomore junior. I think we have to take a look back.
Yeah, we'll have to double check our.
Oh, because sophomore year you guys only lost like 3 games. You guys lost to Natick, Walpole, and I think you may have lost to Newton North.
It was Newton North. Yeah.
I don't think we beat Newton. Honestly,
no, they're pretty tough.
I don't think we beat Newton. Obviously, I didn't play after freshman year, but I don't think during your other 3 years, I don't think we beat Newton North either. No. So I think unfortunately it was an 0 for against Newton North back in our high school days.
Yeah, sneaky tough.
Yeah. Then Wellesley again will return home to begin the month of October with a 3 p.m. kickoff on Saturday, October 6th against good old Natick.
Oh, yeah.
The Red Hawks. Always a big battle. Both teams just always, play each other really tough, and it's always an exciting game.
They're pretty evenly matched.
Great rivalry.
Oh, yeah, definitely. Some people say, it's like you got Needham and Wellesley. They're the longest rivalry, but you're right. Natick and Wellesley, they're pretty up there too. So
yeah, it's the other neighboring rival.
Yes.
Needham's a neighboring rival, and Natick's a neighboring rival.
Yep.
Then another home game, back-to-back home games. Actually, looking at the schedule, Wellesley has a stretch of 3 straight home games to close out the regular season. So I said Natick. The following Saturday, the Raiders will take on Brookline at home. Brookline again, another team that I don't know. Some years they can be better than others. Usually pretty beatable, but I know they have beaten Wellesley a couple times over the past 5 or 10 years.
Yeah, that's true.
Not a team to be taken lightly.
No.
And then to close out the regular season portion of the schedule, Wellesley will host Framingham on October 20th at home, 1 o'clock.
Okay.
Kickoff there, and then becomes playoff time for those weeks 8 through 10. It'll be either the Division II sectional playoffs, or if the Raiders, like last year, are unfortunate enough to not make the playoffs, they will play in the 3 consolation games against opponents to be determined. And then to close out the year, as always, the Raiders will travel to Needham to take on the Rockets on Thanksgiving morning, November 22nd this year at 10 a.m. It'll be... I want to say it's like the 131st installment or something like that. I forget what installment it is this year, but I do know that Wellesley has won 2 years in a row to extend their lead in the all-time series now 52-49 with 9 ties. So it's going to be another exciting game as Wellesley looks to make it 3 years in a row, and Needham looks to snap the streak on Thanksgiving morning. So any final thoughts about the high school schedule before we move on?
Yeah, well, it's interesting because you're right. Like you said, there are some newer teams there, especially Durfee, East Bridgewater, which I personally have never. When I was in the football team, I never faced them. Our team.
You guys didn't even play any non-league games when we were in high school. It was all based. That was back in when you only play Bay State Conference opponents.
That's true, yeah. Even though what was funny was a fun little fact about it. Well, it was funny. Well, we went to the Bay State camp pretty much every year for a while.
Yeah.
But ironically, the Bay State camp, they had a certain formation. Like all their teams there, like Natick, and they even had like St. Sebastian's there, some of the Catholic schools. Theirs was, I think, like I forget which formation. They had like a specific formation, and we were actually a different formation for them.
Right, you were the wing
T.
The
wing T, yeah. So actually, eventually, kind of a cool thing. We had a very short-lived wing T camp. Actually, the year after, it was my senior year. It was back in 2008. So that was kind of cool. I remember going to that camp and having a good time. But yeah, because we were going for the longest time before that. We always went to the Bay State camp. So that was yeah.
Nice.
Yeah. I don't know what they're doing this year though with the camps. I'm sure you guys.
I know. Like for the last few years, at least they've gone up to a camp in Maine for a week during preseason.
Oh, in Maine,
they go Caribou. Yeah, they go to Caribou for a week.
What?
To practice. So I think they're either up there now or they just got back or something.
Wow.
Something like that. But yeah, they always spend a week since Coach Davis took over. They've always spent a week.
Really?
Up in Maine.
Okay.
For like the first week of camp, so.
Wow, okay.
So there you go.
Jeez. Maine's awesome.
Except when we're practicing for football. I don't think they're having,
Well, okay. Honestly, guys, when you graduate college, go back to Portland. Trust me on this one. Do it. That's all I'm going to say.
Okay. Cool tips from a cool guy.
I tried.
All right, so now we will move on to the college portion of our
speaking of
schedule. Yeah, exactly. Perfect segue. We're going to take a look at the Boston College football schedule for 2018. BC coming off of a 7-6 season in 2017. They lost, unfortunately, in their bowl game. But looking for higher aspirations here in 2018, and they will begin play, as I said, a week from this coming Saturday, so the Saturday of Labor Day weekend, September 1st, a 1 p.m. kickoff against UMass at home. UMass and BC, kind of a rivalry in terms of New England. They're the only two D1 teams in Massachusetts. I mean, UConn is in New England, but in terms of Massachusetts, they are the two D1 programs. But BC always seems to have UMass's number. So we will see if that is the same, this time around. Obviously, having the season opener at home is always nice for BC, and actually, they will have the first two games of their season at home. Is that following Saturday, September 8th, they will play an interesting opponent who they haven't played in a long time. Holy Cross will be making a visit to Chestnut Hill, a little 1AA action for the Eagles in their second game of the season. So, yeah, BC Holy Cross, I guess, used to be like a really big rivalry back in like the 70s and 80s, but they haven't played in like the longest time. And now this year, rehashing the rivalry, I guess.
Nice.
Over at Chestnut Hill, again, Alumni Stadium.
All right.
Where Kyle's actually played. I've watched, but Kyle has actually played. Then, BC will play their first road game of the year, a Thursday night game, September 13th, as they visit Wake Forest in good old Winston-Salem, North Carolina, 7:30 kickoff.
Okay.
So, BC will open the ACC schedule in Week 3 against the Demon Deacons. Always a tough game.
Deacons?
Demon Deacons.
Oh, the Demon Deacons, not the Dan Deacons.
No, Demon Deacons.
Demon Deacons.
But always a big game, just in terms of, you want to get conference play off to a good start and, put yourself in a good position. And so we'll see how the Eagles can respond again when they travel for the first time in 2018 to Wake Forest. Followed up with another road trip, this time a little bit sort of making a trip to a different part of the country for Saturday, September 22nd, noon kickoff against Purdue.
Ooh,
so a little non-league game, a little Big Ten action, ACC Big Ten action.
Nice. That's awesome.
The Eagles will visit the Boilermakers.
The Boilermakers?
Yeah.
So do they make boilers over there?
I don't know. I know they're a big like airplane school, like aviation school.
Oh, cool.
That's all I know about Purdue. That's most of what I know about Purdue.
Nice. Hopefully their season will take off.
Wow.
Anyways, keep going.
Wow. I don't even know what to say.
You don't have to say anything, Robbie. It's okay. Cue the fruit and veggies. Come on, throw them. Let's go.
All right. So after that visit to Purdue, the Eagles will return home for Parents' Weekend at BC, which is Saturday, September 29th. Time to be announced. They will play at Temple. They will host Temple at Alumni Stadium. Temple serve another Northeast foe there out of Philadelphia area.
Okay.
Again, another team that the Eagles played a few times back in the early 2000s, but haven't played as much recently. And actually, interestingly enough, is the former home of current BC head coach Steve Adazio. He coached at Temple prior to coming to BC, so kind of an interesting reunion game for him as the Owls make a visit too.
They call the Temple Owls?
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah.
Interesting. The Temple Owls.
Yeah.
That sounds like some like a superhero group almost. Temple Owls. I don't know. Yeah. That like focuses on like magic and like. Anyways, keep going. Sorry.
Let's see. All right. So Temple comes to town to close out the month of September, and then BC will be on the road again to open up the month of October. Saturday, October 6th, they will be paying a visit to...
Hey, it's Dave before my birthday.
Yeah, happy almost 29th birthday.
Thank you.
They will be paying a visit to North Carolina State.
Nice.
In Raleigh, North Carolina. So their second visit to North Carolina in the first in the first 5 weeks of the season. Actually, 6 weeks of the season. Yeah, I can do math. But yeah, so BC and NC State, another league game, another big league matchup. NC State always tough. So we will see if the Eagles can sort of go in there to Raleigh and take home a victory again.
And drink sweet tea.
Happy thoughts.
Good stuff.
Happy thoughts.
Some of the best sweet tea.
All right. Then BC will return home October 13th as they host Louisville. Okay. Louisville Cardinal will be coming to Chestnut Hill again. Big game, big ACC game. I mean, this is sort of when you get into the crux of the ACC schedule, and if you're the Eagles, these are the games you have to win if you want to try to win the ACC championship. So we'll see how the Eagles compare. I mean, they have the weapons to do it, and they beat Louisville last year. We'll see if they can ground the Cardinals this year.
Nice. So that team will not take off.
Yeah. All right, a big game that really, depending on how the first few weeks of the season go, could be a humongous game come the time of it. Friday, October 26th, BC will, following a bye week, the weekend of October 20th, will remain home October 26th, Friday night game, to take on Miami.
Ooh.
The Hurricanes, who are coming off an appearance last year in the ACC championship game, and are looking to be another solid, another contender again this year.
Right.
So it's going to be a good one. Again, Friday night under the lights, possible big ACC battle going on. So we'll see. We'll see how BC's able to fare against the Hurricanes.
All right.
Well, I think the last time they met was like, it might have been all the way back in like 2010 or like something like that. It's been a while since BC and Miami. It's been a while since BC and Miami have played.
Okay.
But they will resume play on October 26th at Chestnut Hill.
Yes.
And that following weekend, Saturday, November 3rd game, BC opening up the month of November with the always treacherous visit to Virginia Tech in Blacksburg, one of the toughest places to play in college football. And certainly, I mean, the Eagles haven't done badly there. I mean, they've had some big wins there over the years, but certainly not a game to be taken lightly by any means. Definitely a hostile environment there, and so we'll see if the Eagles, especially depending on what happens in that Miami game, can sort of put the pedal to the metal and knock off the Hokies this year on the road. Which leads us to another big conference game Saturday, November 10th, as Clemson comes to Chestnut Hill. The Clemson Tigers, three-time, I should say, defending ACC champions, and were national champions back in 2016, and always give BC a hard time. BC always, has exciting games against the Tigers, and should be no different this year when these two teams match up in that early November contest in Chestnut Hill. And then the following, BC travels to Florida State. Saturday, November 17th. They get to visit the Tomahawk Chop and the Seminoles, which actually, interesting story. I think it was the one BC football game that Kyle and I ever went to together was BC and Florida State back our senior year in high school.
Yeah, that was a fun game.
BC unfortunately lost, even though they were the number 2 ranked team in the country at the time. Yeah. Florida State came in and beat them, which we won't talk about. But still a fun time. Yeah, still a fun time. And we'll see how the Eagles do in Seminole country this year.
Right.
And then to round out the regular season, Thanksgiving weekend, November 24th, BC will be at home taking on Syracuse for a senior day. The Orange, which again, is sort of, since Syracuse joined the ACC about 3 or 4 years ago now, it's sort of blossomed back into a big sort of Northeast rivalry like it was back in when both teams were in the Big East Conference.
Okay.
And I think that the Eagles are going to, the Orange have sort of had their ups and downs, and, usually it's a very competitive game, and so I know BC beat them kind of handily last year, but and hopefully they can make nice work of the Orange to close out the regular season this year, and hopefully, fingers crossed, head into a bowl game on a high note.
Yeah. Fun fact, too, about Syracuse. That was Robbie and I's friend's Dom's. That's actually his alma mater.
That's true.
For grad school.
We know a bunch of people who... there's a bunch of people from, our town who have gone to Syracuse. Matt Cohen went to Syracuse.
That's right.
Yeah, there's other people. I'm just not thinking of... I think Ben Ravelson may have gone... I think Ben Ravelson went to Syracuse. There's just been a bunch of people who have, from our area, who have gone to Syracuse. It's a good school. Good school.
Definitely.
All right, so now it's on to the big time. The professional football. Wow, I just really introduced that terribly. The New England Patriots coming
ones
out.
That making the
ones that are actually making
league
money.
That's making money, and that could make you money if you're in a fantasy league.
Yeah, exactly. Which we both are. The Patriots obviously coming off that tough Super Bowl loss last year to the Philadelphia Eagles, which we won't get into, looking to make their way back to the Super Bowl this year, and looking at their schedule, they're going to have some tough games, but they're also, I feel like got a relatively speaking a good schedule this year. They will open up Sunday, September 9th, with a visit from the Houston Texans, a 1 o'clock kickoff at Gillette Stadium. Houston came here last year as well and gave the Patriots quite the battle. The Patriots won a last-second touchdown pass, and so it'll be a big test early on for the Patriots to sort of see how they are gonna match up and how Brady performs early on, and It should be fun. And then week 2, this is a big one. The Patriots will visit Jacksonville. Rematch of last year's AFC Championship game. The Pats and the Jaguars. 4:25 p.m. kickoff in Jacksonville on Sunday, September 16th. So, again, couple early tests for the Patriots. Games that, could conceivably, on paper, are winnable games. It definitely could go either way if the Patriots aren't careful. Yes. The Patriots will follow that Jacksonville game up with a Sunday night game on the road as they will visit Detroit, the Lions, for an 8:20 kickoff on Sunday, September 23rd. The Lions have, sort of been, kind of sort of middle of the road team over the last few years, but again, like with any team in the National Football League, not to be taken lightly, because any week, anybody can go out and beat you. So
it's Detroit we're talking about, city of RoboCop. So be careful.
Anyway, the following week, the Patriots will be back at home Sunday, September 30th, where they will welcome the Miami Dolphins to Gillette Stadium. Big AFC East game. Obviously, the Dolphins are, anytime the Patriots play a league team, it's always a battle. And, I know, they always seem to play the Dolphins later in the year, but this year they're playing them in week 4. So we'll see how the Patriots, if they can squish the fish, so to speak. And then the Patriots will play back-to-back night games, starting with a Thursday night. Quick turnaround for the Miami game. They'll have a Thursday night game, October 4th, 8:20 p.m. kickoff, as the Patriots will take on the Indianapolis Colts at Gillette. The Colts, if you remember, so famously the team that Deflategate occurred against back in the 2015 AFC Championship game.
Which was a hoax.
Yeah. I agree.
Yeah.
I agree.
It was just fabrication.
Terrible. Yeah.
That's it. They were showing their way to...
They're just mad that we beat them 45-7.
Yeah, and that too. Well, actually, mostly that.
But we'll see if the Pats... I know Colts got Andrew Luck back healthy this year, so could be a team to watch out for. So we'll see. In the next weekend, or Sunday, October 14th, the Patriots will again be at home for a Sunday night affair as they welcome Kansas City to Gillette. Kansas City, one of the teams that beat the Patriots in the regular season last year, sort of ruined their Super Bowl banner raising early last September with a victory against the Pats at Gillette as well. So a chance for maybe some revenge.
Hopefully we can ruin theirs. Their Super Bowl. Are they going to have a chance?
No, they didn't make the Super Bowl last year. What are you even talking about?
I mean, like their chances this year of making the Super Bowl. I don't know, maybe. Anyways, we're just going to crush them.
Yeah.
Forget what I said. Just crush them.
Strike that for the record. And then October 21st, the Patriots will be on the road as they will head to Chicago to face the Bears.
The Bears.
So, not much to say there other than it's probably, even though it's still October, it's probably going to start to be a little bit cold. So
yeah, it'll be chilly.
It's Chicago, so Chicago gets colder earlier, I feel like, than here.
Yeah, bundle up, guys.
Yeah.
Bring layers.
Speaking of cold, the Patriots the next week will have a Monday night game as they're at Buffalo.
Oh.
The Buffalo Bills, another big AFC East matchup. Again, it's a Monday night game. Pats, sort of had the Bills' number over the past few years, but, again, anything's possible in that division. So, another night game for the Patriots the following week as they open up November at home with a Sunday night game against the Green Bay Packers.
Yes.
Good old Aaron Rodgers, who people continue to try to compare to Tom Brady. I don't get it. Brady is Brady. Brady is the best quarterback ever.
Who's the guy again?
Aaron Rodgers. You don't even know who he is. Yeah.
There you go.
Well, that's because you don't follow things. I'm just kidding.
See, even people who do follow things probably forget his name too, though, to be fair.
Okay. But yeah, the Packers coming here for a Sunday night game, so we'll see. We'll see how that goes. I'm not much more to say there. The Patriots then will be on the road again Sunday, September 11th, as they are at Tennessee for a 1 o'clock kickoff. The good old Music City.
Nice.
The Patriots beat the Titans last year in the AFC divisional round, so hopefully the Titans aren't able to get revenge, though, even playing at home.
Yeah, hopefully they'll remember that one.
Yeah, we got the reference.
Okay.
We got the reference. Patriots will have a bye week the following Sunday, and then Thanksgiving weekend, Sunday, September 25th, or Sunday, November 25th, I should say, they will be at the Jets.
Oh,
which is
nice.
always a huge matchup.
Oh, big one, yeah.
The Pats and Jets, age-old rivals, gladiators.
Yeah. It's always New England versus New York, you know?
Anytime you get New England and New York, you're bound for a good one.
So either New England or Boston versus New York.
Yeah, exactly.
It's always New York. Always.
Then to begin December, the Patriots will be hosting the Minnesota Vikings for a 4:25 p.m. kickoff at Gillette Stadium. Vikings went to the NFC Championship game last year and have some strong players coming back. So, again, it should be a good sort of test as we start to head towards the end part of the schedule, as then the Pats will visit Miami again for their second meeting against the Dolphins. And Miami always a place where the Patriots seem to struggle in recent history, so should be something to watch out for there. As then the Patriots will be, it'll be actually the first of back-to-back road games. The Patriots will then be in Pittsburgh for a 4:25 p.m. kickoff against the Steelers. When the Patriots played the Steelers last year in Pittsburgh, a bit of controversy as what looked like a game-winning touchdown for the Steelers was ruled incompletion, and then the Steelers, the Patriots intercepted the Steelers' pass in like the next play and ended up winning the game. So
looks like that pass was stolen.
Yeah. And so,
Cute tomatoes.
It's exciting. And then the final 2 weeks of the season, the Patriots will be home, both 1 o'clock kickoffs, December 23rd and December 30th, as they will take on the Bills and the Jets to close out the regular season. I think they closed out the regular season against both those teams last year. Too. I know you went to both those games.
Yeah, I went to the Christmas Eve one last year, and I went to the New Year's Eve. Yeah,
and they won both. So you were the lucky charm.
Thank you. Oh, I hope
They're after me, Lucky Charms.
They'll never take them.
Yeah. But yeah, that's it for the Patriots 2018 schedule. Any final thoughts on any of these schedules as we close up here?
No, just a solid lineup, and I wish the best of luck for those teams. So, good luck, and just do your thing.
Yeah. Well, so that we're gonna start to wrap up here. I hate to say it, but I kind of don't really have anything for a monologue this week. So if you don't have anything, I think we'll kind of bypass that. This
really don't.
This week, we're just gonna go right by that.
We're just gonna
and sort of wrap things up. But to BC, Wellesley, and the Patriots, good luck this year, and we'll be rooting for you as always. So that's gonna do it for this week's edition of On the Couch Talking Sports. Quickly, just stay tuned, because we filmed another mini golf special tonight, and so we're going to be releasing that in the very near future. Installment number 5 of our little mini golf series that we got going on, so keep an eye out for that.
Getting epic.
Another very exciting one.
Yeah, this one actually, I
not
think...
to give anyone away.
I'm just going to let you know that we're not going to give the winners away, but this might have been one of our most epic matches that I've ever won. Not him.
No, it was definitely a very intense match that I won. But yeah, I won. But anyway, keep an eye out for that as always, coming out in the very near future. So, for Kyle, I'm Robbie, signing off from the couch for another edition of On the Couch Talking Sports. We will see you next time on On a Couch Talking Sports. I said that On a Couch Talking Sports way too many times. Anyway, bye everybody.
Yeah.
Hump day.
Yeah.